Well, hello. This is Matt Ditsworth again, back for another interview, and I'm here with Life's Wealth Development Group, and I'm interviewing James Poindexter III. Hey, James, thanks for taking time out of your very busy schedule. I know you've been busy over the last few weeks. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Staying motivated and trying to learn as much as I can throughout these days. So what have you been up to lately? How have things slowed down for you? I know that you've been pretty busy. Have things slowed down for you lately?
I was just on a 10-day 4-city tour, or four-state tour, I should say, doing speeches and doing trainings. So I just got back on. Well, it's been a little bit now. I got back on the 27th, 28th. I lost track of days after I was gone for so long, but I just got back. So yeah, I think I have something else coming up this month. I think I'm going back to Ohio again, and I'm gonna do a week in Columbus.
Very nice. Yeah. So some public speakers, professional speakers, are very busy. And, that's one thing I need to do is do an introduction here a little bit more. So, James, you're a professional speaker, right?
Yes, I am, and a trainer.
Speaker and trainer, and also I have here that you're a Toastmaster, and that you champion foster care, being a foster child yourself.
Yes, from the age of 10, yep.
So I know that you're a very passionate speaker. I've heard you speak before, and ask you a few questions here and there. What kind of speakers have inspired you, if any?
Initially there weren't. I wasn't really inspired by other speakers. I was more motivated just to tell my story. I was actually told by many other people that I should speak after my story, after my life developed and I had the big turnaround for the better. People told me, yeah, you should tell your story. You should tell your story. So I was actually inspired by everyone telling me I should speak. And then I started to look at other speakers, and there was one named Josh Shipp. He's also a foster kid. He's very famous now. He's been on Oprah and CNN, NBC. He's been everywhere. He's on MTV, and he talks about his experiences. And so we're kind of the same. So his defense mechanism is different from mine, but it's the same gist. He was a kid. He had trouble. He figured out a way to defend against it, and then he turned his life around, and now he's doing real well for himself. And that's kind of what I'm doing too. So I guess he would be one. And of course, I watched some Tony Robbins, talking about making money and things. And what I like about him is that he says what he thinks, and he doesn't really like. He says what he thinks all the time. He doesn't fluff it, and I like that. So now that's kind of how I am too. I don't fluff my speeches either.
Okay.
Those two probably.
Okay, and you said Josh Shipp. Is that Josh and then SHIP?
2 P's.
Oh, 2 P's. Okay. Josh Shipp and Tony Robbins. Yeah, I've not heard of Josh Shipp. I'll check into him. Tony Robbins, though. Yeah, I've heard a lot of his stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. And, okay, so now I know that you speak a lot about foster care, and that's kind of your main area of speaking, because that comes from your story. So I was wondering if you have seen any kind of impact since you started speaking. In that area. Have you actually seen any where people have come to you and said that something you said has helped, or that you've seen some changes made in policies, or even just local people that you maybe know that have heard you speak? Have you seen any kind of changes in that or impact?
Well, from when I have spoken, so far, basically, I've been speaking on the East Coast. I haven't got to do anything out here in San Diego. It's actually been a little bit difficult for me to get known out here. It's been a whole lot. It's been a whole lot of a difficult situation, but it's much easier on the East Coast. So when I go out there, yeah, I have some testimonials, some video testimonials. People come up to me and say, "Wow, I've never heard it from a foster kid." They get trained because foster parents get trained, but they get trained by social workers or therapists or someone who didn't really live it. So when they get to hear it from somebody who's been through it, it has a different effect on them because they hear it from a different view. And a lot of the kids, I have a couple kids now that have asked me to be their mentor and I'm mentoring a few now who just need a good example. They just need someone to talk that's made it. So it is having an impact. It's small. I'd love it to be a lot bigger, but it is making a difference.
Okay, so you're starting to see that snowball kind of starting to build up and take form, I guess, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the training. Now, is that something that you do along with your speaking? You're training parents and also foster kids and foster parents?
So basically what it is when I go to speak, I usually speak to social workers and therapists in the daytime, and that speech is more of a motivational one. That's to help the turnover rate, because the turnover rate for people in social services is pretty high. They get overworked. You're supposed to get so many cases, but they get double the amount. They can't take it, and a lot of them quit. And so when they hear that their work has changed someone for the better, it motivates them to stick with it. So that's what I do in the daytime. Then usually in the evening, I'm training parents. So what that is every year the parents need so many continuing education units to keep their status as foster parents. So what I do is I have a seminar. It's a speech, a worksheet that I created, and a question-answer session. And those three things compile training, and they get a couple of credits toward their status as foster parents.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so that's a huge impact there. At least from my point of view, I see a huge impact on that because that's something that they can put forth and continue. Like the exact words, continuing education that helps them. So that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you plan in the future? Maybe over the next 5 to 10 years, what do you see yourself doing?
Oh man, well if it's up to me, it's going to be a whole lot. I'm currently trying to put together a full service, full resource hub. I want to focus on the older kids, especially 12 and up, because every foster parent, well, the majority of them want babies. So whenever there are toddlers and below going into foster care, they get picked up a lot faster than the teenagers. A lot of foster parents, they don't want the older kids because they think they're set in their ways and you can't change them and this and that. So I want to help them out more. And then on top of that, in a lot of states, when you're 18, that's the end. They push you. You're done with foster care. You're not a ward of the state anymore, and you kind of are just let go, and you have no help. And a lot of these kids have nowhere to go. They haven't learned any life skills because they've been bouncing around from shelter to home, So what I want to do for the younger ones and the older ones too, I want to create sports programs to get them involved in that will help them give them an outlet to play sports if they want to. I'm trying to hook up with people in my community to make that happen. There are 5,000 foster kids in San Diego, and I'm trying to create sports programs. I want to train foster kids who want to give speeches about their life also. I want to train them in combo with Toastmasters to train these kids to speak really well so they can go out and inspire others with their stories. I want to create a resource center where people who are about to age out can go and learn life skills that they may need to go on their own. It could be small things. It could be anything from balancing a checkbook to credit to learning how to get a job to looking for an apartment, just anything that they're going to have to know to be independent. They can be able to come. I want to create a hotline for people to call, parents and kids alike, when they have issues. I want to be there to talk to them. I want to coach parents and kids to help the parent-kid relationship, especially at the beginning, because a lot of times when a kid first comes to your house, it's awkward. They don't know you. You don't know them, and it's really, really awkward at first. So a lot of times the kids don't speak, so the parents don't know what to do, and that awkward time there, a lot of stuff can happen right there. So I want to be there to coach them through that. And I want to go speak more and have live events and seminars and things like that. So I have a lot I want to do.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a busy future. And I know that the people that you're going to be helping, they're going to really appreciate that. And you'll gain more and more experience as you go. So that's awesome that you have a great vision there. I see the life skills, the sports, kind of everything tying together, including that speaking and communication piece for the kids to be able to, get out there, like you said, tell their story, but connect with other people as well. So that's awesome. Hey, James, thanks a lot for your time. Do you have any last-minute things to say or anything that you wanted to add on?
Oh, yeah. For the programs we're trying to create, I take all kinds of donations and grants.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And so how can people get a hold of you if they wanted to get a hold of you or, find a website or something, more information about what you're doing? Where can they find that? And also, how can they contact you?
So they can contact me at inspiretosuccess.com. It's my website. There's a contact page. You can write me a message with your information, and I'll get back to you. I have a number, 858-848-7970. Call me directly. And then I have JH Brand. JH Brand is my company. That's the company I have created for all of this. If you're on Facebook, JH Brands, you can find me on Facebook, my business page. Like that, send me a message, no problem.
Yeah, very awesome. And like I said, I'll put this up on my website and then, share this out so that people can find out more about you and get a hold of you and, find out what they can do to help you, or maybe even, connect with you if they have something in common there, and you guys can create that kind of, shared bond or whatever. But I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man and you got a lot of things going on, and I appreciate all the valuable information that you put out today. I know a lot of people will be helped.
No, man, I'm good. I'm just trying to do what I can to help out these kids.
All right, James. Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime.
All right. You have a great day, man.